The question here really for us is, are we going to, this is a challenge that is in front of us. We're seeing it coming. A lot of companies now are starting to do this, not only the mavericks, the crazy companies like the Semcos of Brazil that you know, or the companies, kind of the Googles of this world, they are doing it. No, major blue chip companies are starting to reinvent themselves beyond bureaucracy. They are changing this completely. I could give you 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 examples of really serious companies, so to say, that are really doing it a totally different way. I give you just one example of what you can do. You don't have to reinvent the whole company, but just as an example. Semco is quite famous. It's a Brazilian company. Actually, the guy came from Austria. His father came from Austria. And he went to Brazil, he created a small company with a couple of hundred people, I think. And then when he gave it over to his son to travel around the world, and he gave it over to his son, when he came back, his son had fired all the middle managers and reinvented the company. And you can read about this. There are several books about this guy, Ricardo Semler. Anyway, it's called Semco, the company, S-E-M-C-O. Check it out. And the point here is that, for instance, just to give you one example, at Semco 60 or 70% of the employees, they can fix their salaries themselves. Because at the end of the year, anyway, there's a performance review. So if you're not worth your salary, you're gone. Yeah? So it's quite a simple system. And the second thing is, for instance, what they also have is they have, just as a simple, small example, they don't have a travel permit system. Because if I'm senior manager with who is running a 20 million, 30 million unit, or responsible for a product line of 30 million sales per year, I don't want to be treated like a child. If I travel, I don't want to ask for permission or don't want to fill out forms. I just do what I need to do, like an entrepreneur, yes? I don't get travel permissions. Yeah? So, maybe for my wife, that's different. But the point is, they don't have this. What they have is that when you come back from your travels today, then you put your travel receipts on the intranet and everybody can see them. So there's a social cleaning system. And also there's the performance review at the end of the year. And at Roche, now we're talking about a serious blue chip company, not these crazy guys from Brazil, you know, it's not serious, yeah. But I'm joking, of course. They're very serious guys and they make a lot of money, yeah. And it's a successful company. They are the Brazilian representative of Pitney Bowes, you know, the machines for stamping this is a serious, they have serious business partners. It's not a crazy company. They're not just selling ice cream on the corner, yeah. So the point is, Roche Pharmaceuticals, just to give you the counterexample now for the blue chip orthodox company, they made an experiment where they discussed, well, what would happen if we would abolish the travel regulation? What would happen? So since they are a pharmaceutical company, they are scientific, they made a scientific experiment out of it. So what they did is they made a baseline case. They analyzed, of course, before and after, and they defined the KPIs and all this kind of stuff. So we all know this, yeah? Standard management practice. So then they abolished in a certain region, I was actually in the DACH region. They abolished the travel guidelines for a certain period. I think it was for 6 months. And then they measured two things mostly, before and after. They measured what were the travel expenses in the compared period before, whether they went up, down, or whatever, and what was the employee happiness of the concerned employees, the employee satisfaction. Well, the travel cost, they went up by 1.5%. It was a slight increase. It was not relevant. It was statistically not really relevant. But the employee satisfaction of the concerned employees, it rocketed up. Because they said, finally, I'm treated like a human being, like an adult, actually. I don't have to sign a form for 400 euros. So this is also what the management revolution is about trusting people that they are grown-ups. And of course, those people that will game the system, that's the big mistake. If somebody games the system, our reaction is to make tougher laws. No, the reaction should be to exclude the gamers from the company and to keep the laws the same. Because if you have more laws, what you do actually, you punish the honest people. Now you have all these rules and regulations. I'm honest. I don't need the travel regulation. I'm not going to cheat on the company. I'm not stupid because I want to have a future. Yeah. So I have to fill out all these forms just because one guy or girl did something stupid 2 years ago. I don't see that. Makes no sense to me. It's just bureaucracy.